You guys had a wonderful day off yesterday for MLK Day, but now it's time to get back to work. Let me give you some information from CoStar. So CoStar is probably one of the largest aggregators of commercial real estate data in the country, if not the world, right? So if you're an apartment owner here in Baton Rouge, or an apartment buyer here in Baton Rouge, even though CoStar is a national company and their data it's not as localized as we want it to be, it does help a little bit to pay attention to what they're saying, because a lot of the out-of-state buyers are looking at this data to make decisions on how they buy property here in Baton Rouge. So let's look at what they're saying about the apartment industry here in Baton Rouge. So what they're saying is that East Baton Rouge Parish as a whole, the average rents are in the $975 per unit on average, right? And that's an increase of annual rent growth of 3.3, with a vacancy rate of 11.5% and going up. So, close to 12%. So that's something to watch. Now that's as a whole. So if we look at downtown in Baton Rouge, the rents are a little bit over $1,000, so $1,075. Not a whole lot of growth, maybe 20 basis points, so not even 0.5% of annual rent growth in downtown Baton Rouge, with a vacancy rate of 10.1%. All right. If we go down to South Baton Rouge, we're looking at rents to be $1,190 per door per unit. That's an annual growth of 1.3%, with a vacancy rate of 10%. All right. Ascension Parish. When you look at Ascension Parish, the average rents $1,415. That's an increase of almost 5%, with a vacancy rate of 8.8%. All right. So it's okay. Livingston Parish, we're looking at $1,252 per month per rent on average. That's an increase of a little bit over 4.5% of annual growth, with the vacancy rate only 5.1%. So that's pretty good. So the owners of apartments in Livingston Parish are seeing their rents, growing at a rate of 4.5%, a little bit over 4.5%. And they're not taking a whole lot of losses in vacancy. Vacancy at 5.1%. That's almost like probably nothing, right? So pretty good in Livingston Parish. Let's go to West Baton Rouge. So let's go across the river. We're looking at average rents of $1,193. However, that's a drop of about 4%. So the rents are actually decreasing across the river according to CoStar. Vacancy rate 8.1%. All right, North Baton Rouge. We're looking at average rents of $675, annual rent growth of 1.2%, vacancy rate 11.7. So that's a little tougher in North Baton Rouge. West Feliciana, we're looking at average rents of $873, with an annual rent growth of only 1.1%. However, vacancy is probably the lowest at 4.6%. So not a whole lot of turning over units. Iberville Parish, we're looking at an average of $847 in rents. That's a growth of 1.6%, with a vacancy rate of 5.7%. So overall, obviously some pockets here and there who have high vacancy rate in the close to 12%. But so if I'm a buyer, if I'm a seller, and I'm underwriting some of these deals, I'm looking at probably somewhere in the high 9 to 10% vacancy for my numbers, and maybe rents not to go above 3%, right? So that's how I'm working my numbers to come up with some valuations and what am I going to pay for, or what am I going to sell it for, that type of stuff. So anyways, there you have it. So let's get back to work. Hope again you had a wonderful day off yesterday, but now it's time to step on the pedal and make this 2023 the best possible that we can make it. So, and if I can help in any way, please let me know. Again, Miguel Castro Real Estate Services. We have a full service commercial, a full service real estate firm, predominantly commercial, in which we focus a lot, myself focus a lot on multifamily. And but if we can help you in any other areas, let us know. 225-936-7643 or Miguel at CastroRealEstateServices.com.